Hello, everyone, and welcome to the year-end PCSS Connection Podcast. Yes, it's the podcast where we wrap up pretty much everything that we've had this first part of the 2025-2026 school year. Of course, Putnam County Schools Director Corby King is here to kind of recap everything, and we love going back and kind of revisiting all the good stuff that's happened the first part of the year.
Yeah, it really is. This is fun. I love when you started doing this because you forget.
Yeah.
There's so much that happens in a semester.
Yeah.
So to go back and do that recap is a real fun walk down memory lane, but a chance to also pause and look at all the really good, fun things that have happened through this school year.
Yeah.
We've had an amazing first semester for the 25-26 school year.
It has.
Our students, our staff, they came in August. Hit the ground running. They were ready to go, get to work. And then our sports kicked up, always right there 1st of August. You've got football starting, girls soccer, all the fall sports.
Right.
It's just been a lot of fun this fall.
And it's gone by quick.
Always, yes.
Oh, my goodness, so fast. Well, before the school year ever began, and we'll kind of start with some issues here.
Okay.
The school board decided there was not going to be cell phones in schools.
They did. They decided that back in the spring.
Yeah.
I think it was, March, April, when they made the decision that we would start the school year without cell phones.
Yep.
We bought the cases.
Right.
So that, a little controversy around the cases and the locks and how are we going to get the phones unlocked and get them to students in time.
Yeah.
Right. So there was some trepidation going into the school year. But really, even the first week went so much smoother than what we ever expected.
Yeah.
And within the first 2 weeks, and I try to make it a point to get to all the schools in the first couple of weeks.
Right.
Just drop in, spend a few minutes, say hello to everybody. And you could already tell a difference in the halls.
Yes.
Just in the first couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And talking to the teachers, talking to the administrators, they're like, I don't know, the kids are walking down the hall and they're looking at each other. They're watching where they're going.
Yeah.
They're not running into each other.
They're talking to each other.
And they're talking to each other. And I was there at lunch at a couple of, both at Cookville and Upperman High School, and you could go in the cafeteria and they were talking to each other and they weren't staring at a screen. So it was something we felt immediately, a positive impact. I know there was a lot of concerns, a lot of parents who were concerned.
Sure.
There were also a lot of parents who, and I really appreciated, gave positive feedback to me and the board members just supporting the decision.
Right.
They didn't want to get on social media because they didn't want to get blasted by those who were opposed.
Yeah.
But they were contacting the board members. I would see folks out in town. They're like, hey, we're with you. We think this is a good idea. There was a whole lot of that because you saw all the people who didn't like it on social media.
Right.
And we got some of those messages and emails too. But right off the bat, it made a positive difference.
Yeah.
And I think that's been some of the positive from this fall.
Yeah.
Our student interaction engagement is up.
Yep.
When you get around homecoming at the high schools.
Oh, my goodness.
We had a really
electric
fun.
this year.
It was.
Yeah.
We had fun. And some of the students, and now that we've started doing the student spotlight at the board meetings.
Yes.
Our student advisory committees at the board meetings. It's interesting. We've had 2 so far. One month was Cookville, 1 month was Upperman. Monterey will be here soon.
Right.
But just the students even talking about how it was the most fun year they've had. Some of these were seniors saying, this is my last year, but this has been the most fun homecoming, the most fun season.
Yep.
Classes have gone better.
So
it's been positive, and I applaud the board for sticking to that.
Yeah.
They saw a struggle, some problems we were having, a lot of social, emotional issues with students.
Sure.
The board members, they hear that from community members. They hear that at conferences when they go, and our board is one to act.
Yeah.
And they did, and they said, we've got to do something about this.
Right.
And I've told them I was a little more hesitant than they were. I remember when phones first came out, and so I took some good chewings back then. I was a little more hesitant than them, but I'm glad that they had the fortitude to stick with it and say, no, we're going to do this. We're going to create the policy.
And not every school system in the state of Tennessee is doing that.
They're not. There's still just a small number of us that are completely locking them up and saying no.
Yeah.
And proud to be one of the ones who are.
Yeah.
It's been good for our students. It's been good for the environment in the buildings. We still have kids, parents who are like, well, they're just getting around it. They found ways to unlock the maybe they have.
Maybe they have.
And I'm sure because people are trying to
They're
do
gonna
those
do that,
things,
yeah.
and they are. If they get caught, it doesn't go well.
Right.
But that's something they'll deal with. Just
Right.
like I drive too fast when I get on the interstate. Sometimes that's not fun if you get pulled over.
Oh, on Chocolate Drive, there's always a policeman on Chocolate Drive. I'm just
There
saying,
is.
There is.
That's true. So there are consequences if they do. But what I know is they're not having them out in the classrooms.
That's right.
And they don't have them out in the cafeteria, and I don't see them out in the halls.
It's making a difference.
So there's a lot of positives there.
Yeah.
And I hope that more are following that rule than not, which tends to be the norm. So.
Well, when we talk about less screen time, one of the big things that really has resonated throughout this entire semester was the Restoring Childhood book study.
Yes, that was a really good. I think that helped us too.
Yeah.
With the no cell phones, bringing that along. We started the book study, and again, this is one of those things. Ryan Dalton, the teacher who led that from Avery Trace, turned this into a community-wide book study. He reached out asking the school board to partner with him early on.
Yeah.
And I'm always a little hesitant about stuff like that. I sent it to the board members. I told him I would.
Yeah.
And I think it was Jill and Dawn that had read the book and were the first on. Yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah.
This is a good idea. I was, okay, so we're in.
You're
so
there.
I bought the book.
Yeah.
And I read it, and I thought, oh wow, there's so much meat in that book, and I hope that more parents read the book than I think probably did,
Right.
or at least listen to the recaps of the book study.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't, you can find those on Stonecom. You can find them. I think Ryan's still got a website up for Restoring Childhood,
Right.
probably a Facebook page. And there's a lot of information from the town hall meetings and things that Ryan did, or sponsored or hosted for the community. We had community talks at all three ends of the county. It was just really positive. And to hear the counselors, Jill as a board member speaking,
Right.
other community members come out and talk about just getting kids outside,
Yeah.
play, free play.
Yeah.
A little more like when we were kids.
Exactly.
Not being attached to a screen.
I know that at this day and age we have to, talk about these things.
Right, it is.
That society's evolved into that.
It is. And the data behind the damage that screen time's doing. And it's not just any screen. I mean,
Right.
we had TV when we were kids,
Right.
and, we were limited because Mama just, y'all are getting outside.
Go.
You're not going to sit here and watch TV all day. But now the access of being on a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, whatever device, pick it. But the kids, it is rewiring their brains.
Yes.
And we do see more social, emotional issues in schools.
Yep.
And I can say as a parent for my own kids, and they don't like when I talk about this, but it's true. When they were in middle school or high school, if they started getting a little just snippier, a little bit short with each other, with us, or
Yes.
a little rude, or a little, whatever it may
Yep.
be, that was one of the things before they had keys.
Yeah.
Hey, give me the
me the
device.
cell phone, yeah.
And they didn't have cell phones till they were 8th grade. We held off, still too early, but we held off for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But they did have an iPad, or they did have a gaming system. They weren't big gamers, but when they would start playing too much, it changed them.
Yeah.
We could take that for a few days, and then we had our kids back.
Yes.
And we saw that was a positive, even at home. And,
Right.
and I think that's still, if parents, take those devices, you're the ones paying for them. Take those devices, hang
right.
on to
Yeah.
them. And it does mess with the social emotional aspects.
Yeah.
The comparison things, we see it in our middle schools with the girls especially, but boys too.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of struggles in their friend circles, and it's a lot of chat and things that are happening online, just where there's access that we didn't have as kids.
No. You
And they're not
passed
socially-
notes, or you called each other on the phone, whatever.
From that one phone,
Yeah,
that the
from the
line
one
you had to
phone,
call
yes.
from the family room, you hoped you had a
Had the
long
long
cord. So, these kids have got so much more access to get away, to
Yes.
hide things and cover things. And I think the more parents realize, and a lot of that's in the anxious generation. I talked a lot about getting a long way around, but all this stuff is addressed in the anxious generation, the book study we did.
Yeah.
A lot of really good information there.
Yeah.
So.
Shifting gears just a little bit, the King has called twice already this semester. We have 2 snow days that we've already used. That leaves us 11 for the upcoming semester.
It does. It's not uncommon for us to use 2 before Christmas. I don't
Yeah.
like it. I really don't like using days before Christmas because we've had those years where January and February have been really cold and really snowy. And who knows what this spring will bring.
Nobody wants to give up their spring break.
Nobody wants to give up spring break. Nobody wants to go later into the summer.
Yes.
But we have to get in 180 days.
Right.
One of the days this winter, this fall we couldn't miss. There was one. These days are always difficult, and I kick myself a lot, but it's kind of just a no-win. Make the decision the day before because the weathermen say, "Hey, it's coming." You're right on that line.
Everything that we get from emergency management,
everybody,
folks.
Everything says you're going to get this snow. It's going to be there. There's going to be travel issues in the morning, so you want to give families plenty of notice. Yeah. So we make the call to close, and then you get up the next morning and there's nothing there, and it's like, I'm watching, and the weathermen are like, "Oh yeah, well you were right," and we were. We were right on the line. Yeah. And one of the things I appreciated, one of the weather people and EMA people that we talked to a lot called. He said, this is one of those situations. If we had gotten up at, those guys start at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Right. Our weather team that gets out and checks the roads. Yeah. I said, Corby, if we had looked at that at 4:30 in the morning and we were on the phone, I usually get my first call around 4. Yeah. And I said, we're on the roads and there's nothing there. You make the decision at 5 o'clock. We're going to go to school because there's nothing there. And then at 6 o'clock, because the preset was still in the area. Yeah. And they said, temp drops 2 degrees between 5 and 6, and now we've got buses on the road, and we were right on that dividing line. It was a 2-degree difference that day. Yep. So I hate losing it. I kick myself, but at the same time, it was the safest thing to do, and
And I think people need to understand that we're always going to err on the side of caution.
We are. We have to. Yeah. I mean, we've got 11,500 kids. Yes. And many of them ride.
And just because it doesn't affect somebody on one end of the county, it is affecting somebody on the other end.
It does, and the bridges and overpasses, those things change so rapidly. Yeah. You're out there. 1 minute it's fine, and the next minute you're doing donuts as you go across it, which is a scary feeling, and we certainly don't want teenage drivers on those, and we don't want our buses. You put a bus load of students, you got 80, 90 students on a bus, and you hit one of those spots. I'm going to err on the side of caution. Yeah, I don't want to think about what could happen if we don't. So.
And just in case you need a little added incentive, you can get your PEP mug, your snow day mug that the PEP Foundation is putting out, and it's a pretty sweet mug. It is.
They took that picture. You took that picture. I think the first spring you were over here. Yeah. I was actually making a snow day call when you took that picture and used it as a graphic. That kind of stuff I'm usually but it's fun. PEP Foundation is great. They do so many things for our students and families. They're probably the only organization that could have talked me into doing that.
And doing a commercial.
Yes, doing the commercial, the mug, all of it. But PEP Foundation is wonderful. So anybody that's looking for somewhere to give, last minute, end of the year giving, anything, PEP. The money that goes into the PEP Foundation goes back to our students, and it goes back to help students who need assistance. Yes. Removing academic barriers or just removing barriers to success. That's the PEP Foundation's overall goal. They help with our care closets. They help with our backpack program, making sure students are fed, clothed, the physiological needs. Mm-hmm. They go so far, they help. This year they're repairing all the band instruments from all of our middle schools and high schools, which is huge. Yeah. It's a huge expense. We're taking that off of families, taking that off of schools to have to fundraise. The PEP Foundation's taking care of that. They assist with our high school students going to CTSOs who just couldn't go if it was a financial barrier. Right. So kids are getting to participate that normally wouldn't. Yeah. They do so many things. So give to the PEP Foundation, buy a mug, all the proceeds from the mugs, go to the PEP Foundation. You can choose which fund it goes to.
That's great. Well, let's get into some fun stuff here. We're right on the heels of Dr. Diana Wood, who is our curriculum for K through 4 supervisor, being named the Tennessee Supervisor of the Year. You were there in Nashville.
Love that.
And it was a great honor.
It really is. It's the first supervisor we've had to be named a Tennessee Supervisor of the Year. People who don't know Diana, she has a servant heart. I mean, she is so sweet, so calm all the time. Yeah. I mean, she's just, it's like you can't get too excited around her. She's going to calm things down. Diana is great. But the things that she has facilitated and led in terms of instruction, and especially in literacy, or, in our early literacy from pre-K through 4th grade, that's the areas that she supervises. But the shifts in literacy and how we teach reading, how we teach reading, spelling, comprehension, all the things in elementary school. Dinah has led the change for how we're doing that now from where we were 10 years ago. It started a little bit with Jill Ramsey, and Dinah picked the torch up and went on. And our schools are seeing more success than ever at the elementary level. And a lot of that is because of the way Dinah leads and facilitates. And she's just, again, a calming presence. She does the work along with the teachers, along with our principals. She's not just saying, hey, you guys go do this.
Right.
She sits beside them. She sits in meetings, works with all of our coaches and everybody. And she's kind of an example for all of us. So a fun night in Nashville.
Yeah.
Also, Dr. Paulk from Northeast was there representing the Upper Cumberland region as Principal of the Year, which is huge, a finalist.
Yeah.
Just to be in that room with the 8 other finalists, it's an amazing honor. And so we had 2 from Putnam County. We got
what a year.
Yeah, Julie gets to go to that with me, that dinner, and whoever the honorees are.
Yeah.
And, it's not normal for a system to have an honoree every year, but this is the 3rd year in a row we've had an honoree at the dinner.
That's right, because Tina Francis 3 years ago was the
Principal of the Year. Last year,
Sarah Brooks was a finalist last year.
She was a Grand Division Principal of the Year, which is huge for all of Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
So just to be in that room is unusual, and we've kind of been
3
spoiled.
years
We've had 3 years, but this year I got to go in. I was like, they said, well, at the table you check in. They said, well, who are you here with tonight? I said, well, I have 2. Yeah. 2 honorees. So which table would you like for me to sit?
Well, and you may have next year. You got Heather Kinch, who's the Principal of the Year for Putnam County, and Jason Stickler, Supervisor of the Year.
Huge. Yeah. I mean, we are so blessed with leaders in our school system, with administrators and supervisors who just care about kids.
Yes.
They want to see kids win. They want to see kids succeed. They want to see our teachers succeed. Yeah. And Heather and Jason, again, shining examples of those that we have here to work with, and these are the people who make the job fun for us. So I'm hoping we get to go back for a 4th year. I mean, who knows? Great. I don't want to put that pressure on them, but hey, it's good. But it's just a huge honor to be invited, to be able to come down. They call it the Excellence in Education Dinner Awards. You get all dressed up. They they have a nice meal, and they have it. This year we were, I don't remember the name of the place. I was about to call it out in Nashville. It's the Opera House. Yeah. It was at the Opera House in Nashville. Yeah. We were at the Parthenon one year. Yeah. It was
so they make
at Bethel last year. Oh, yeah. It's a nice dinner. The Department of Education puts that on for the honorees, and they live stream it. It's a really nice event.
Well, speaking of the Department of Education, we have been recognized as a school system first. 9 reward schools, a record 9 reward schools, 8 of them elementary schools.
So again, back to Diana.
Yeah.
We have 9 elementary schools that actually test. Baxter Primary doesn't take tests, so we only have 9. Yeah. And the one that was not a reward school just barely missed it. I mean, about like a tenth of a point on the GPA scale, and that goes again pointing to Diana's leadership there. And the shifts that we've made in instruction, and how our teachers are working and making sure we're giving students opportunities at grade level. Our teachers are wonderful. Yeah. And so that's a staggering number, 9. I mean, for years, if we had 1, we were excited. Yeah. We might get 1 or 2, and now 9.
9 reward schools.
That was huge. An exemplary district. Yeah. The first time we've ever
I was just
achieved.
Going to say we reached exemplary status, one of 14 districts out of how many districts?
142. That number seems like it changes all the time with all the little special school districts. It may be 147, but it's 140 something. Yeah. But out of 140 something districts in Tennessee, we're one of 14. Yeah. Again, the hard work of our teachers and administrators. It's been a fun semester. Last year was a really good year for us. Who knows what this year will look like, but we expect to continue success. I know our teachers expect that, our principals expect that, and I think some of that, just as we hold those expectations, our kids rise to that.
Yeah. Letter grades just came out. We had
that's released just this
6
week.
6 A's, 8 B's, so 14 schools with an A or B.
Yes. Again, huge. Yeah. Those metrics are tough. We don't have. I don't feel like we have full control over all of them. When you talk about, chronic absenteeism and things like that are part of the metrics. I mean, we have to have families bring the kids to school and do that. And there are schools that just barely miss an A or a B or a reward school because of the families that just didn't get their kids to school enough, and they're chronically absent. You
Right.
know, demographics. We don't have a lot of control over some of those things. Some students that struggle, who come in not as prepared, not ready. So for our schools to achieve the success they are, it's amazing.
Yeah.
They work hard. Again, they care about kids. And to have that many A's and B's, it's exciting. And again, the ones who are not an A or B, we had the 3 that got a C.
Right.
They were right there.
Right.
I mean,
and one of
again,
it brought come up.
Come up. That's right.
Yeah.
All of them are doing good work. Those are good schools doing good work with teachers and administrators. They just missed a little bit on a mark or two, but they're already making plans to, hey, we can do better there.
Yeah.
So
some of the miscellaneous things that happen throughout the semester. Capshaw, Cane Creek adoptions. We can't say enough about our community and
partners. That's right. Chamber of Commerce does a great job with the Adopted School program.
They do.
It's a lot of fun working with Carlin and Natalie and Amy leading the charge there at the Chamber. Carlin was one of my former students, so it's always fun to see her and see, she's in her element with the Adopted School programs.
Yes.
They do a great job, and we need the community partners. And again, we live in a community that supports our public schools.
They really do. They show up.
They support our students. They show up anytime we do something. We'll have the pep rally this next semester.
Yeah.
People just show up to support our schools, to support our kids. I get asked all the time, what can we do to help?
Yep.
Where can we plug in? I tend to point people to the PEP Foundation, but if they're a business or a business owner, join the Chamber. Join the Chamber. Jump into the Adopt a School program.
Right.
We have lots of churches, faith-based organizations that come in and adopt schools. They join the Chamber. They adopt schools. We need that support. There are things that it takes off of the tax burden, but there are things that we have to prioritize with the money we're given by the county commission and the state for funding. We want to make sure we take care of teacher salaries, benefits, our facilities. There are things that those tax dollars have to go through first. So we need other areas to help us out with the Adopted School program, just some facility stuff. It's a little different at every school. A lot of times they're helping with providing meals for teachers during the special weeks, which is very appreciated. Support, fuel our teachers just to provide that meal during Teacher Appreciation Week.
Snacks, any little thing. Just
snack
so
carts, whatever it may be. And our adopters really step in and do a great job helping us with that. And we appreciate it. I know the principals really appreciate those. We had the 2 you mentioned. We've got a couple more exciting ones coming up. That I know I was with Miss Herron at Avery Trace this week. And she was talking about having one at Avery Trace.
January, I believe.
It's coming up soon. We haven't had one there in several years. It's exciting.
Yeah.
So,
what about the Independence House being constructed?
Talking about a community project.
Yeah.
So, we started out, Miss Roberson, our special education director, and I, we have, for people who don't know, the Independence program, our special education students between 18 and 22 stay in the school system. We support them. They're not ready to function independently, out in the public, but they've graduated high school.
Kind of an in-between.
It is. It's an in-between. And this program started with one of my closest friends, Dr. Amy Callender. She's a professor at Tech now, but she was here at the school system. She was a special education teacher and then a school psychologist. But she and my wife and I, we went to college together, just really close friends for years. Amy started the Independence program, she and Melanie Bussell, when she was here as a teacher. And the program continued. It's like, we need a transition program for these students.
Right.
There needs to be something where they can get involved. So they shop. They comparison shop for people, like personal shoppers. They'll go through the sales catalogs. They learn how to take care of finances, how to keep a checkbook. They actually we rent a space from Tech, or Tech Tech provides a space. We don't rent it. Tech provides a space for the program. They house the students on campus, so they're on campus with college-age kids. But they're taking care of their apartment. It's over at Tech Village. They take care of it. They clean it. They cook. I mean, it's just life skills to try to, again, help them get to independence. Because they're just not. They do have disabilities that keeps them from full independence. Great program. We've had a waiting list for a long time for the program. So Sherry came to me. She's like, we've got to have somewhere else for these students. We don't have enough room at Tech.
Mm-hmm.
We can't get another room there. We need somewhere for the students. So we started talking about modular home or something like that,
Right.
or mobile classroom. We're like, well, our trades classes builds them.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at trades houses.
Yeah.
So we started talking to a couple of the trades teachers, and then Mr. Mansell, who is
Yeah.
always worked
Randy
so
Mansell.
well. Randy Mansell
Yeah.
has always been a huge support for our special education students at Cookeville High School.
Right.
Helps them build floats for the Christmas parade, things like
Yeah.
that. Mr.
Yeah.
Mansell is great. Talked to Mr. Mansell, and he said, you know, instead of buying this one that we're going to have to move anyway, why don't we just build one on campus?
Well, they build a house every year.
They do. They build a house every year, and
Yeah.
they sell it. So
Yeah.
if people who don't know, this is our CTE construction students. They build a house and they sell it every year.
Yep.
So our plan was to buy one of those and just put it on campus.
Yeah.
And Mr. Mansell said, well, instead of doing that, let's just sell the one like we always do that we have,
Yeah.
and let's build a permanent house. Dig a foundation, just like you would a normal house. Let's just build a house here on campus.
Yeah.
So Mr. Martin and I drove around and looked at, okay, well, this looks like we could put one here. We
Right.
called Ms. Trenum.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think? Got Mr. McGear involved. So it went from that conversation to, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
So what kind of funds are we going to need? And so it was, okay, this is what they typically make in a house.
Mm-hmm.
Because the funds, when they sell a house, they use those funds to build their house the next year.
Right.
So we need an agreement. The school system will buy the house. Easy enough. We'll buy the house so that their funds don't get depleted. They can build next year.
Right.
Well, as soon as we announced that, we had people in the community come in, hey, I want to help.
Yeah.
I want to provide. So
Want to donate.
at this point, we're going to build this house, and it's not going to cost us a whole lot in the school system
Yeah.
to get this house built just from the community support.
And it's given the students a great opportunity to be able to learn.
So much pride.
Yeah.
Our construction corps, the students have been, Mr. Mansell says they're out there on the job site
Yeah.
every period,
All the
every
time.
day.
Yeah.
They're excited. They know this is going to be a permanent place, and they know who they're building it for.
Yeah.
The students have been a part of the design. So our students at Cookeville High School, our architecture class, and designed the house.
Yeah.
Worked with our special education folks to do that.
Yeah.
Vandervoort Electric, Builders Supply, Stonecom, so many people have stepped in and just keep donating. There was somebody down at the was it Cookeville Kitchen Sales that donated?
Yeah.
I'll leave somebody out, so I'm going to stop that because we'll have something in the spring and get everybody
Right.
who's donated and been
Yeah.
a part of this. But it's like every month at a board meeting, we're accepting some donation
Yeah.
that's going
Get
to
an
Independence.
update, and it's going good.
And it's a student coming doing the
Yeah.
update.
Yeah.
Love that.
Can we get the students to do the park view renovation?
We should have. That's a whole other thing.
We'll talk about that later.
I don't even know if I want to. That's our negative, I guess. Yeah, but it's going okay. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just we've had a few roadblocks in it, but the Independence House has been outstanding.
Yeah.
This whole project is wonderful. It's going to be a nice house. I think we're going to brick it now too.
Yeah.
They're going to do that over Christmas break, I think. So. So much that's going on there, just a wonderful program. So we're going to get to expand the program. We're doing it the right way with community support. So again, love that.
Yeah. One of the cool things, and unless you know Monterey or you've been on the mountain, for them to start a marching band back for the first time in 38 years was really a big deal.
Huge.
Really a big deal.
Huge. I didn't realize that it had been 38 years.
38 years.
So I've been in the system. This is year 26 or 27. I think
Yeah.
this is year 27. So Monterey's not had a band since I've been there.
No.
So I didn't, I just thought they didn't want a band in Monterey.
Yeah.
But they really do. The kids wanted to have a band.
Yeah.
They want to have a program. A lot of barriers for that. We haven't had the right personnel in place, and we haven't really been able to get the student stuff. So talking with Ms. Tench at Burks and Ms. Wheeler at Monterey High School, what's it going to take?
Yeah.
Do we
And they
want
work
a
so
band?
good together.
They do. Oh, they're
Yeah.
great. They're great. And what do you need to get the arts program? It wasn't just band.
Right.
It was band, chorus, and theater.
Yeah.
So we were looking at some different things, and so personnel again. It's always about getting the right people.
Right.
And to start with, it was you're going to have to provide a teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go to the board. Let's look. Our other high schools have this.
Right.
We don't in Monterey.
Right.
So equity is a big thing for our school board.
It's huge.
So we put the position in the budget.
Yep.
We needed two because you have to start a feeder program at the middle school, which in Monterey it's 5, 6, 7, 8 split, but we can make that work. But we had to have two.
Yeah.
So we did. And then the challenge for Miss Tench and Miss Wheeler was to find the right people to work with the students, who the kids would want to come to class.
Yeah.
And they did.
And they sure did.
And within 2 years, we've got a marching band on the field.
Yeah.
And they're playing. It's a small band, but they are really good. And they're coming a long way.
And they're enjoying it. They love it.
They are. And so I think what we'll see is that will continue as we get more students from the elementary side involved and feeding that into the high school. We'll see more of that, the numbers and the band grow. But right now they're doing a great job. And to see them on the field. I got the first football game.
Yeah.
Miss Tench and Miss Wheeler both had sent me videos of our band, and one of them was in tears.
I know, yeah.
And I'm like, I get it. I mean, this is so exciting, and those kids having a ball.
Yeah. Well, speaking of band, we kind of move into the segment of some fun activities that go on throughout the semester, and the Bryan Symphony Orchestra Day at Tennessee Tech, where all the fourth graders in the county get to go. And
they do. I love that event.
Yeah.
Dr. Alcott at Tech, who's over the strings program, and Dr. Anderson, our fine arts coordinator here at the office, work together to make sure that we can get all the fourth graders over there. They don't charge us for that.
Yeah.
Mr. Chaffin, our transportation supervisor, makes sure we get buses. You know, it's a big undertaking to bus all of our fourth graders over for that event, but they do. For a lot of the students, the overwhelming majority of the students, it's the first time they've experienced orchestra music, strings, a strings orchestra in that type setting.
Yeah.
So to see them and the interactions, and as they explain to them kind of what's going on, and to learn in the music, and they're being exposed to that for the first time is huge.
Yeah.
And then it feeds some of the strings programs. You know, I hope to build some of that in the school system. We've not really had a good swing at that yet.
Sure.
It's still something I want to do. My daughter gives me a hard time. You know, she's at Tech now, but she's like, Dad, you were going to do this before I started high school. I'm like, yeah, I know. We just haven't got the right thing. She's not going to let it go. She's not. But there is a need. She plays violin, and that's been a big part of our house. But she participated at Tech in the Strings Project at Tech, which is still available for parents who have young students who are interested and want to get involved in playing violin, viola, cello. Tech has a wonderful program. It is really reasonable. I want to say it was $60 or $70 for a semester, but they go once a week for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it's much cheaper than any lessons.
Oh, it is.
And they do that for 15 weeks. Wow. And it's that one. It's not per week. That's the cost for the semester.
That's great.
And they get instruction from Tech students and Tech professors. Yeah. And then they have a big concert at the end of the semester. It's beautiful. I missed going this fall. It's nice to have a free night on the calendar, but at the same time, I missed it.
Right.
First one we hadn't been to in about 10 years. But good opportunity, and just appreciate Tech and the partnership for that.
You know, one of the things that we enjoy, and one of the things that you've started encouraging supervisors to go to, is the Special Needs Day at the fair.
Oh, I love that day.
Yeah.
That's a favorite day. I got to go and participate as attendance supervisor, and it just kind of would block that off and go help. And started, Miss Bustle would have me go to Miss Roberson, and it was one of the things that was interesting. Something with when the fair was here, school, it was 2 or 3 years ago. We weren't going to be able to do the fair day because of the calendar.
Yeah.
And the folks at James Gang just said, no, this is our favorite day of the week.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, what do you have to do? Ms. Robertson's like, well, we need at least a week.
Yeah.
Well, Thursday is the day they're normally closed at the fair.
Yeah.
And they said, nope, we're opening. We're going to work.
I remember
Bring those kids. Yeah. We're going to work.
Yeah.
And we've got all of our special education students at the fair that day.
Yes.
They get to ride for free.
Yeah.
They get to eat. They feed them while they're there.
Yeah.
But to see the folks who are working with the carnival, the James Gang folks, the way they take care of our students, and it's like
and we have,
these big old guys, and these,
we have policemen, sheriff's deputies,
all of our law enforcement, fire. Yeah. I mean, and it's from Sheriff's Department, Cookeville City State Troopers, Cookeville Fire, Putnam County Fire.
A lot of our EMS folks.
all the EMS, EMA. It's like, everybody comes to the fairgrounds that day. It's just a fun day, and we love that James Gang and the Putnam County Fair Board sponsors, again, allows our kids to come and gives them that opportunity. A lot of parents take off work that day so they can come help us just get kids on the riding off, and that's where our supervisors just helping kind of wrangle. Take 2 or 3 kids, you go with them, make sure you help them get on the riding off, and let's make sure we get them on the right bus to go home.
That's right.
It's a great day.
I think during the fall, I think one of my most favorite day is Veterans Day and the veterans programs that our schools put on. And unfortunately, we were off on Veterans Day, but
it messed us up this year.
We still had, I think, 14 programs
we did
in the school system.
We did. I get a lot of questions every year about why we don't take Veterans Day off.
Yeah.
And, it's a huge day. We want to honor our veterans. And what we tell people is if your parent is a veteran, your grandparent is a veteran,
right,
and you want to take your child that day to go to the Veterans Day parades or to celebrate, then that's fine. We excuse that absence and go.
Right.
But, 95% of our students, that's not the case. And if we're off that day, they're going to sit at home and watch TV or scroll or whatever they're going to do. When we're in school, we do a program at almost every school. We have a Veterans Day program. And even the ones where we don't have a program, they do things to recognize and acknowledge the veterans. They have photos out there, and we talk about it. But we use it as a learning experience. Those programs are great. I mean, at all levels, it's fun to see the progression from the elementary students doing the pledge, having some poems, their chorus singing a song or two.
Busy day for the ROTC.
It is. ROTC, the color guard in and out for a lot of our elementary schools. The first time they experience the color guard coming in, our JROTC guys do a great job showing up at all the programs. And then when you get to the high schools, some of the most moving programs, and that's at all 3 of our high schools. You go to Monterey's usually in the morning, Upperman's in the afternoon, Cookeville High School's in the evening. So there's opportunities to get to a program. But our high schools and the way the students engage and the programs.
Respect that they show.
That's it. And it's about respecting and honoring our veterans, and they learn from that experience. They learn what the sacrifice and the time that goes in. Our administrators and student body governments do a great job at identifying speakers to come and speak at the Veterans Day program. So we always have a veteran that comes in and speaks. The kids are attentive. They sit, they listen.
They do.
And it's really impactful. So I love the programs. It's a great day in the system. This year, the snow, first time I can remember having snow in November like that.
But, it was early.
Snow was early, but we were out. But the schools who didn't have their programs that day were able to have them the next day. So still an impactful day.
It was. And we get into some of the accolades sports-wise. We've been kind of spoiled in the district.
We have.
We've been very spoiled, and we still have a lot, to crow about. But it's not been, in an abundance.
A little quieter.
A little quieter. Volleyball. I'll just tell you, volleyball has been the successful sport this year.
It was. So.
Upperman Middle finished second
in the state.
And Upperman girls went to the state.
Right.
Cookeville girls won their district.
That's right.
Yeah.
Volleyball has just really taken off in our region in the last few years between Cookeville and Upperman. It's not uncommon for us to have a team make it either right at the doorstep or make it to the state. Upperman Middle School girls had a team for several years. First time they've made it to the state, but then they're runner-up. So exciting things coming for the high school, which that's a huge tradition in Baxter. So volleyball was huge. Football was a little quieter this year.
Upperman still won the region.
They did. Upperman had a great year, but then you move Alcoa in the region, and Alcoa can compete with some small college teams.
Well, they faced them because of the bracketing, because Alcoa dropped down or maybe went up, then we had to face them in the second round of the playoffs. And they went on to win the state. Which was, everybody knew that was going to happen. Before we ever kicked the ball off,
first game of the fall. Alcoa had been in that region. It's just they're a juggernaut. We're not able to compete with them right now. Whatever they've got going on up there, they've had for years. Didn't matter what division they're in.
No, it doesn't matter. They've won 11 or 12 state championships in a row.
They have. Teams are still coming out. Our boys were competitive.
Oh, yeah.
They put up a great first half.
They did.
Gave us a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
And then just speed and depth of Alcoa coming into the second half. we just weren't able to hang with that, but neither was anybody else.
Yeah.
I think if we don't run into Alcoa there, we've got a chance to make a deep run again.
Oh, easy.
You know,
Yeah.
Cookeville and Monterey were young this year, so a growing year for them. I expect them to be back next year. It's going to be
Cookeville
good.
still made the playoffs.
They did. They
Yeah.
did. So good years. Boys learn a lot. You know, you learn a lot in losses just like you do in the victories.
Yeah.
Sometimes more. You
Yeah.
know. So we'll see how they rebound, but I expect good things.
Golf, we've been a little spoiled. We've had teams go to the state. This year we didn't have any teams go to the state, but we still had 3 individuals go to the state. Yeah,
that's huge.
2 from Upperman, and of course
Yeah.
Owen Hill, who was the defending state champ last
He
year,
was.
made it back.
And he had another good run
Yeah.
at the state. Wasn't the state champion this year, but you know he got that his junior year. He still had a huge year.
Yeah.
He's going to go do big things at the next level in golf. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Molly Heron
Miley
at Upperman.
Heron, Gavin Godsey.
Gavin, hey, 2 times last year, you get to go bowling too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So Gavin's dad's one of our employees here.
Yeah.
Great family, love them. And Gavin get to go play with golf and bowling
Bowling, boys and girls just won the districts, and now they're going to be in the regions in January, and with another chance to go back to state. The boys went back to state last year.
That's right. Yep.
That'll be something to watch in the spring.
It will.
Sure.
It will.
Girls wrestling. So we had 2 girls that advanced to the state middle school wrestling tournament.
So I don't know if I realized that.
Yeah,
That's big.
it is big.
I don't know if we've ever had that.
A girl from Prescott and a girl from Avery Trace.
Okay. So that
Yeah.
I was
Eva
learning something
Mendoza,
right here.
and I think Elle
Oh,
Ledbetter.
okay.
Yeah. You should
So congratulations,
you're gonna
girls.
have to
Yeah.
read your weekly wrap-ups.
I probably did, and just because it's an uncommon thing. I look at those. You know, I look at them every week
Yes,
because
you do. I'm just kidding. Actually,
Actually,
it was in the one right before Christmas.
okay. So, but I guess it just didn't register. But it is really unusual to have girls make it to the state
Alan
in
Richardson,
wrestling because it's not wrestling.
He sent it to me. I mean, he texted me. He's like, "Hey,
That's
did you
huge.
realize that we had this?" I was like, "No, I had no idea.
That's huge.
No idea."
So, wrestling is one of those things that is just kind of taking off a little bit in our area.
Yeah.
We've had students who are really dedicated for several
2
years.
state champs last year from Upperman.
That's right. Coach Cook at Cookeville has had a good, strong program
for a
years.
long time.
And now Upperman coming
Yes.
on, and like you said, the 2 state champions last year, and now having the girls there. I mean,
Yeah.
this is huge.
Yeah.
And again, opportunities for our students,
Yeah.
and opportunities to go to the next level.
Yes.
So wrestling's kind of picking up. It's fun, and it's fun to watch.
It is. It's fun to watch.
Admittedly, I had not watched a whole lot of wrestling until we had the kids that were going on to state. So I've picked up and watched a few from some of the YouTube clips that we'd posted and talked to Coach Cook a little bit. It's great.
Listen, that wrestling building over at Cookeville High is an awesome place
It
to
is.
watch a wrestling match. It really is.
Yeah,
it's
it's fun.
a home court advantage. Well, to kind of wrap up the accolades, we didn't just have a state champ. We have a 2-time national champ in Kara Oldham, who we talked about her winning a national championship in speech back in the summer.
Yes.
Well, for FFA, she
That's
went
right.
to the national convention and won the extemporaneous
Yes.
speech national championship again.
Wow, so impressive.
Yeah.
Says that law school is in her future.
Oh,
It
I would
absolutely
think so.
has to be.
I would hire her
Should
in a heartbeat.
Yes, she is so poised and speaks so clearly. When she came to the board meeting for the recognition that night, just the board members threw out just some random topic, just kind of I think they were just going to test her a little bit, but they threw out some random topic, and the next thing I know, she gives them a 2-3 minute speech, just like it was like, wow, hire her now.
Right there, man.
So impressive. I mean, our students amaze me every day.
amazing.
We have so much talent in our halls
Students
and in
that
our
are
community.
scoring 36 on the ACT.
And we've had another one this fall already.
Yeah.
We had
Riley Panzer.
6. Yeah, I mean, we had 6 last year. We've got Raleigh this year. We've got lots that are scoring in that 34, 35 range that are knocking at the door. We may still have a few more that get it, but when we were in school, you wouldn't even have 30s.
Oh, no. No.
27, 28 on the ACT.
Our
was
Raleigh
a high.
Twain, I think, made like a 27 or 28.
Right, yeah.
And then we were like, oh, wow, that's big.
It was. I mean, I had one kid in our high school that scored a 30 plus. He was actually my roommate at Tech.
Really?
But he was not very motivated as a student.
Yeah.
He was just one of those kids that was smart. He could do it. But anyway, this is amazing that we have kids who are scoring on the ACT like that. The academic accolades they're achieving. Again, again. So amazing.
Anything, so, I was sitting here, I was thinking, well, there really hasn't been a whole lot of bad things happen this semester. There hasn't been a lot of negative stuff.
Knock on wood.
And I know, the renovation of what used to be the old Parkview School is one of those things that's just been kind of a contentious point there for the board, and it keeps being brought up every time we have a board meeting. But, I mean, I'm sure it'll still be ready for next fall.
It's supposed to be. There are always things we can do better.
Yeah.
The supervisors and principals, we're always reflecting. We're always talking.
Yeah.
We don't always hit the mark like we want for every student. We do what we can.
Yeah.
Sometimes, it's us. Sometimes there are other factors that we just can't meet. But there are always things that we do better. One of the things I love about our team is we're looking for continuous improvement.
Yeah.
We want to get it right. We want to do better, and we're looking for success.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all of us as a collective group. And so I love that, and that does kind of keep some of the negatives down, but there are always things that we can do better.
Sure.
Parkview is the big one. It's
Right.
tough. It's talked to the superintendent at Parkview this week. Mr. Martin and I make it a point to stop in about once a week, just checking in, talk to the guys who are working, talk to them on site. They still remain confident that it's going to be completed by April 30th, that they're going to meet their deadline.
Okay.
Hit a couple of big roadblocks. Originally it was supposed to have been done in December.
Right.
We should have been talking about possibly opening a few classrooms in January. But earlier this fall, ran into a couple of really big roadblocks that just delayed the project. They had some issues getting some plans approved at the fire marshal's office, some things they had to change. It wasn't on the fire marshal's office as much as it was the company, the architects, engineers. That delayed the project. Once we got those back, getting people back on site, getting the contractors in place, that took some time because they had pulled off to other jobs.
Yeah.
Just headaches that we wish we hadn't experienced. We really shouldn't be experiencing, but we have. But hopefully we're back on the right track. I mean, the parking lot's full of contractors. When you're there, go by there during the day, it's pretty much every day right now. When we're in the building, they got a lot of people moving, a lot of stuff happening. It's starting to come together.
Yeah.
So I am still hopeful. We're going to be ending that in April with a really nice renovated facility that's going to have a new feel, a new look, and really it is going to be pretty much new because all of the electric, all the plumbing, paint on the walls, everything is new. So we're going to have a new facility. It's going to be exciting.
Great.
We will be the largest, from what we can find, the largest pre-K center in the state when we do this.
That's awesome.
Ms. Painter and Dr. Wood have toured several pre-K centers at this point.
Yeah.
Because all these people, we have a pre-K center, and they go and they've got 6 classrooms. There's 7 classrooms.
Not like a whole school.
We've got 29.
Yeah.
So it's a whole school of pre-K kids.
That's awesome.
Which we love. Our schools are not real excited, that like they want the classroom space back because we're pretty packed in our elementary schools especially.
Right.
We don't have a lot of space. So they're excited about getting the classrooms back, but they don't want to lose their pre-K kids, and I get it. Because it's so fun. You be there, and then here come the pre-K kids, and they're coming down the hall holding hands or pushing their cart, and it's a lot of fun. But anyway.
Is there anything that you're looking forward to in the next semester, in the first part of 2026?
Yes. Spring sport basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a lot of hope. Again, the girls' basketball in this region is always fun to watch. But, man, Cookville girls, again, Upperman girls are going to be good. Upperman boys. Cookville boys surprised everybody last year.
By winning the district,
They're coming out. They're playing well. They're gelling. I mean, a lot of fun. They were still working on some things up on the mountain, but it's going well. But basketball is always fun.
It is.
So
we got some middle schools that can make a run at the
absolutely.
tournament.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now we're TMSAA. They make a run in the TMSAA tournaments. But our middle school teams are fun to watch.
Yeah.
I officiated for a lot of years. I tend to gravitate more to the high school kids because they were just a little more developed. But there's some great basketball being played at our middle schools right now. Yeah. Fun to watch. Baseball is my favorite. You know that. Most of the people around here do. So again, watching our all 3 of our high school teams.
Yeah.
Baseball's fun.
It is.
They're just good.
Yeah.
So I always loved that. The academic pieces in the spring are, we start seeing the accolades come out with our valedictorians, salutatorians, and third honors at all of the schools, and our top 10%.
Before it's graduation time.
And then, which is the most fun part of the year, I guess, for us.
Yeah.
Graduations and the end of the year celebrations, those are just fun.
Yeah.
Not looking forward to January and February. One, I hate the cold. I don't like the snow day stuff. I don't like the snow day call. Either snow or don't. Either snow or let's warm up. I'm ready to skip winter. Let's go on to spring.
Yes.
I'm more of a let's have some sunshine.
That's
let's
right.
go play
Let's
golf.
Let's go.
Get to the lake. Let's do something. Get warm this place up. If we could just skip winter and go on, I'd be fine with it. But teachers and kids want some snow days. I get it. I remember those days as a classroom teacher, and as a student too. Snow days are fun. So I hope we get one good one in January and then get out of here.
Get it all done at once.
Get done. Let's warm up.
Well, appreciate everything that you do, and again, it has been a tremendous fall 2025, and we're really looking forward to 2026. Yes. It's going to be a good one.
It really is.
Going well.
And thank you for highlighting and keeping up with this for us, because I forget how it really is, and I forget a lot of this. The wrap up is great, and guys, buddy, the social media content. If you don't follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, Buddy does a great job keeping all those pictures out there. The kids.
We have good content to work with.
We do.
We have really good
and
content.
so it's sometimes it's hard to pick and choose and get everything out there in all of our different schools.
And we love all the schools. We don't have favorites.
That's right. If they send stuff, I will say this: if the schools get Buddy stuff, he will get it on the website or on the page. It's great. So,
well, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.